Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris, and on today's video we're talking about a fragrance from the house of Versace. So today I have a fragrance from the La Collection, or this is not called La Collection, but this is Atelier Versace's range of fragrances, which is going to be their more premium, more upscale, more expensive, and essentially their private label of fragrances. These are going to be fragrances that they have created. I don't know how these brands work anymore. The private sector or the private label or the private lines of fragrances were originally created to not have constraints on people liking it, to create something that was original and that had symbolism behind it for the actual couture house or the fashion label. In this case, it's Versace. And this one itself, I've done a couple of reviews. I think I've done four thus far. I've done the rose one, I've done the cedrat one, I've done the sandalwood one, I believe, and there's another one that I can't think of right now. But the one that we have here today is called ENCENS Suprême, and it is an incense fragrance. This fragrance was launched in 2021, and this is what the bottle looks like. So I wanted to show you, I have done unboxing videos of these on shorts or on the TikTok format, and they don't do very well because no one even knows what they are or that they even exist. But this is part of their luxury line. It's going to be their upper scale premium line, and it is going to be a very heavy glass bottle. The bottom is, I would say it's a metal it's a plastic that's coated with a metal coating on it to make it feel like it's full solid metal, but I don't think it really is. At the top is where you see the name. So it says Atelier Versace on it, and then it says the name of the fragrance on there. And then you also get this beautiful, beautiful lid. So it has a Medusa head on top of it. It is full on metal. The inside's obviously going to be plastic. These are not going to be pressurized caps. They are magnetic, so that's really nice. They are a little heavy. I would be wary about picking this up just with the lid itself because you might drop it. But the lid itself is just gorgeous. So if you actually end up getting this fragrance or get a couple of them from this range themselves, I would say once you run out of this fragrance, keep these and like use them for a knob of like a fancy cabinet or something. I mean, they are gorgeous. And this one, I have to say, I was very surprised that it has great longevity. It has great performance. The fragrance itself smells delicious. It smells as you would think of an incense fragrance, but it's in a very Versace type of way. And what I mean by that is when we think Versace, at least when I think of Gianni Versace, the original designer of this actual fashion house, I tend to think sexy. I tend to think leather. I tend to think colorful. I tend to think playful. But at the end of the day, the characteristics of this brand are, as Donatella Versace said herself, the wife buys Giorgio Armani, the mistress buys Versace. And what you mean by that is that this one's going to be a very sexy fragrance, and it truly, truly is. It's going to give you that moto biker type of quality leather in this fragrance. Although it doesn't have any leather, it gives you that vibe. If you could smell one of those catalog models or one of those Vogue models that is a male wearing one of those leather actual jackets that are Versace with the Versace jeans and, with the oiled up body, this is what you would think they would smell like because it matches the Versace vision of sexiness essentially. So let's see what the notes for this are. So we get cashmere wood in this one, we get coriander, Spanish cistus, Frereana in here as well. So this scent is, I have to say, it is incensey, but it's not a burnt incense. If that makes so, if you've ever smelt incense you buy that are very high quality, because there's cheap ones, just like there's cheap anything, and there's expensive, more premium things of everything as well. If you buy premium incense and you smell them before you actually start to burn them, they tend to have a very delightful smell, especially the ones that are originally frankincense, because there's obviously new ones that are going to be different smells like pineapple, sandalwood, rose. I'm just talking about plain old traditional incense, and this is what that smells like. Expensive, high quality incense, which kind of gives a smoky earthiness to the fragrance, but it also has a sweet touch to it. All incense kind of have this, underlying sweetness that we can almost never tell is there, and we tend to think it's other notes or that other notes are giving us that sweetness. But if you've ever smelt regular frankincense, there's just this tiny little sweetness to the earthiness that comes through, and that is what this fragrance smells like. Very delicious, very sexy, very cool person, if that makes any sense. This is not going to be your a guy in a suit. This is going to be your guy in a motorcycle with a leather jacket. Like I said, it's going to be a very hip and cool but bad boy type of fragrance, or bad girl, because it is a unisex fragrance after all. And it's just delightful. It really, when I smelled this for the first time, one collection for Versace popped into my head instantly, and that was the BDSM collection that he did. And also the safety pin dress, because it just gives you that showing skin sexiness, but it also gives you high levels of sophistication, high couture, very expensive, very premium. This is not going to be your run-of-the-mill mistress. This is going to be your very expensive, sugar baby, essentially. And this fragrance really gives you that. It's just very nice. The fragrance starts off, like I said, with that beautiful incensey quality. You do get that Spanish cistus in here, and it really combines the fragrance and creates a very beautiful atmosphere for you to wear this. The cashmere wood in here is very nice as well. It's going to give you that earthiness that you're looking for. It's kind of like a dry woods that you're getting in this fragrance, and the fragrance overall is going to be a little bit more dry. I think the potency of it's really good. The longevity is really good as well. I think that if you are looking for a fragrance to really stand out, but you are still cool and you don't need to stand out at the same time, if you know what I mean, then this fragrance is the one for you, because it really just captivates energy, captivates attention, but it doesn't need it. I mean, you don't need it. You might want it, but you don't need it because you capture it on your own anyways. That is the vibe that the scent is giving. Very nice, very well done, very tastefully done as well. I mean, I think for the most part, the Atelier Versace line is going to be mass appealing, and I think this one falls in line with that as well. I will say something. Some of the other ones don't have great longevity or performance. I will say that ENCENS Suprême does have great longevity and performance. There's another one that I still have to do a review on for this range, and that one itself is really good. But that one's a powerhouse. This one's right underneath of that, and I think that this one really needs more attention, because if you like incense, but you're tired of the run-of-the-mill incensey where they're trying to be artsy, but they can't be artsy, then this is the one for you. I think that you'll be very happy with your purchase by Atelier Versace. So let me know down in the comments what your thoughts on this fragrance are. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Have you tried it? Let me know all of that down below. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fragrance related content. I hope to see you on the next video. Until then.